Hi guys and gals, it's John
And Emily.
from AFK Books and Records in beautiful Virginia Beach, Virginia. And we got some cool stuff to show you this week. But first, we want to tell you we got a website.
Woo!
We are finally like AK. We're at keyboards instead of away from keyboards. Emily's joke, not mine.
Yeah.
So we're always at keyboards, but we have a website. It's at afkbooksandrecords.com, or you can, if you want to get there in a short way, you can type shop AFK or type AFK Books or AFK Records. Either way, it'll get you there eventually. You'll just go to an old ugly website before you get to it. But ultimately, it's going to be afkbooksandrecords.com. There, you can pre-order stuff. In fact, you can pre-order almost everything that we're going to show you tonight, save one or two titles. And if you want those, message us and we'll put them up on the site too. Mm-hmm. So super cool. We'll ship anywhere in the country, any of this stuff for $5.99. On an individual release date. So if you have 3 pre-orders from this week, we'll ship all 3 of them to you for $5.99. If they're split up, you need to place separate orders and you'll have to pay shipping on each of those. In-store pickup though, absolutely free. You just pay your own gas. So cool. We've had a whole bunch of people using that already, and it's a great way to secure stuff. Speaking of securing stuff, if we only have 1 or 2 and we get an order online, then that's going to take precedent over calls and Facebook messages. So you might want to try online if you're absolutely sure. If you think we don't have a whole bunch of something, we'll try to tell you that for the key titles that we only have a few of, so you can get hopping on that. But other than that, we can always order more in most cases. Sometimes indie exclusives we can't, but generally we can. So regardless, if you order and we don't have it, as we frequently do, we can say, hey, we're out of this. We'll probably get it to you for next week by Wednesday, usually at the latest. So that's it. We got some amazing stuff this week. Here we go. We got Alice in Chains, Jar of Flies. This is one of our biggest pre-orders of the year. The 4x Platinum EP is finally getting its first official reissue since its initial release in celebration of its 30th birthday. Amazing. It made history as the first of its format to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 in its first week of sales. It is now with remastered audio. Jar of Flies, Alice in Chains.
Wow. Next we have Sierra Farrell, Trail of Flowers, one of the brightest young luminaries in roots music today. She brings a dose of beautifully strange magic to everything she touches. On her 4th album, she expands her sound while deepening the urgency of her songs, often revealing a wealth of wisdom within her wildly imaginative storytelling. Indie exclusive Candyland vinyl, which you can kind of see right there, or CD.
Nice. And Sean actually is not with us tonight. He's not back there working because he's in Nashville. What's he doing?
He's going to see Sierra Farrell at the Ryman.
At the Ryman.
Yeah.
How cool is that? And tomorrow he's going to go to Grimey's and watch her in-store show. So again, he loves her. You should listen to her. You should buy this record because she's amazing. Next up, Misfits Collection 1, the 1986 collection from the Punk Legends, gets its very first color vinyl pressing on glow-in-the-dark wax, thanks to our friends at RSD Essentials. Misfits. A lot of pre-orders for that one, too.
Next up, we have Adrian Lenker, Bright Future, the 6th solo album from the Big Thief singer, songwriter, and guitarist. In the company of parlor instruments, her modern, melodic, and lyrical inventions create new traditions. Her vocal flights at times outwit gravity, then land, guiding along an earthly path. Pitchfork gave it the distinction of Best New Music, limited edition recycled vinyl, and CD.
What an amazing
which is
voice
somewhere,
she's got.
I don't know where it is.
Who knows where it's at? By the way, the EcoMix vinyl, it can be like any color, so they just find recycled pellets that they've got and use it. So it's always fun to see what you're going to get. Next up, we got Mr. Gary Clark Jr. His highly anticipated 4th studio album, JPEG Raw, marks a grand step in his musical evolution. The music is dense and adventurous with a more cohesive synthesis to his eclectic musical palette. Hip samples by Thelonious Monk and Sonny Boy Williamson decorate flourishes of African world music and even jazz while merging with blues, rock, R&B, and rap. Familiar areas he has ventured before, this time with more unity, forging a fresh new style. This is an indie exclusive bone color wax. We also have it available on shiny CD, and we got a few posters that we'll set you up with as well. And we got some more of those in the window.
Next up, we have The Cure, Paris, a live album recorded in 1992 at L'Azidante de Paris during their Wish tour. Tracks from the same show were released in the US as Show. Paris features more cult classics than Show, including cool grooves like The Figurehead, 100 Years, Charlotte Sometimes, Close to Me, Love Song, and many more. Vox praised the album's top-shelf sound engineers and good editing, noting there's nothing here that doesn't work.
What a great record. All right, Cinquanta live album featuring A Perfect Circle, Pussifer, and Failure, all on stage at the same time and playing songs from each band's catalog, together to celebrate Maynard Keenan's 50th birthday. This is pressed on clear blue with red and pink squirrel, which kind of makes sense in the context of all that. But this one, I don't think we have on the website, so message us if you want it. Yeah.
Next up is Lavage, music to make love to your old lady by. The concept album by sonic mastermind Dan the Automator Nakamura, recording under the guise of musical Lothario Nathaniel Merriweather, gets another indie exclusive pressing, clear with red and blue splatter this time.
All right, let's rockabye, baby. Lullaby renditions of Taylor Swift. Restless kids keeping you up at night, parents? Just shake it off. If you feel like you're never ever going back to sleep, spin these lush lullaby versions of Taylor Swift's biggest hits, because a peaceful night never goes out of style. On clear and neon pink. Rockabye, baby.
Next up is Waxahachie, Tiger's Blood. One of the hardest working singer-songwriters in the game is named Katie Crutchfield. She was born in Alabama, grew up near Waxahachie Creek, skipped town, and struck out on her own as Waxahachie. That was over a decade ago. Crutchfield says she never knew the road would lead her here, but after 6 critically acclaimed albums, she's never felt more confident in herself as an artist. Here's her latest on indie exclusive Tiger's Blood Clear Red.
Just to talk a little bit more about the website, we take Apple Pay, Shop Pay, pretty much any credit cards, PayPal, so however you want to pay, you can do it there for sure. Also, just to let you know, it's really limited what's there because we have 50,000 plus products in the store. Right now, it's just pre-orders, and as we add pre-orders, that catalog is going to build out. There are a few new releases up there, but again, just hit the pre-order tab on the front page for all this stuff. It's going to say 322, and you can see everything that's coming out. And then for the future as well. But so far, it takes a long time to set this up. So we've got a lot of work to do, even to get the pre-order set up at this point. Chaka Khan, there you go. Chaka, the first solo album from the Icon and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member, features her indelible hit, I'm Every Woman, an anthem for almost everyone at some stage of their life. The 1978 album, as well as a collection of tracks ranging from soul to funk to disco that showcases her incredible range, remastered from the original master tape. Chaka Khan.
Next up, we've got Aoife O'Donovan, All My Friends. The Grammy-winning songwriter presents a genre-defying album inspired by women's suffrage and the passage of the 19th Amendment. We've got 2 flavors for you, a special edition cover with a signed insert pressed on ochre vinyl and a violet wax version.
Ooh, very nice.
Violet.
Sweet. Fletcher, in search of an antidote. On her sophomore album, she shares the different realizations, ego deaths, personal rebirths, and more that encompasses what it means to be on a true soul search. She shows both the beauty and brutality of what it means to be a human being on an ever-evolving quest back to one's own heart. On indie-exclusive translucent light blue with bonus art card. Fletcher.
Next up, we have Alice Coltrane, the Carnegie Hall concert. Previously unreleased recording of a historic 1971 concert. The original recording was commissioned by Impulse but wasn't released until now. Features an all-star group including Pharoah Sanders, Artie Shepp, Jimmy Garrison, Cecil McBee, Ed Blackwell, and more.
Jalen Acoma, the electronic musician producer's 3rd album, sets a new benchmark in her personal roadmap, not only since the album features guest appearances from Bjork and Philip Glass and Kronos Quartet, but for her continued sonic persistence and resistance. Her detailed and meticulous exploration of rhythm's outer reaches has made her one of the most distinctive and recognizable voices within the electronic and classical music worlds. This is on limited gold wax. Love Philip Glass, love Bjork. This has got to be great.
Yep. Next up is Warpaint, Common Blue and Underneath. To mark the 20th anniversary of the Indie Quartet's formation, they are bringing us their first new material in 2 years. The band says, with these new songs, we tie a bow around this time in our lives and all the experiences and songs we've shared over the years. It's been an incredible journey and taken us all over the world sharing good times with beautiful people. Our hearts are full. And it's on blue.
Oh, really pretty. I like the Warpaint. Next up, we got the Beehole Surfer reissues, remastered under the guidance of their lead guitarist and sometimes vocalist, Paul Leary. We've got their debut, Psychic Powerless, and more. Their sophomore album, Rembrandt Pussy Horse, and their first live album, Beehole Surfers.
Next up is Blues Brothers, Briefcase Full of Blues. Celebrating over 40 years of one of the best-selling blues albums ever, the band consisted of some of the greatest talents of our time, like Steve Cropper and Donald Duck Dunn from Booker T and the MGs, future Rolling Stones, Steve Jordan on drums, and Paul Schaefer on keys, just to name a few of the greats that back up the incredible force of Jake and Elwood Blues, aka John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd. Super limited edition on gold.
Sweet. Next up, we got Him, Tears on Tape, the final studio album from iconic Finnish goth rock band, now available on limited edition mint green marble vinyl. Get it for it's got, as these tend to go very quickly.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Next is Tyla, debut album from the South African rising star who won the inaugural Best African Performance at the 66th Annual Grammy Awards. It includes the platinum single Water and is pressed on translucent orange with red swirls. She sounds great, and she looks great too. She's amazing.
I'm very taken by that cover. I wonder if she wants to do an in-store. Next up, Elbow, Vertigo, their 10th studio album recorded at the band's home studios in London. It marks a significant change for the group. In the words of the lead singer and lyricist Guy Garvey, it's built from gnarly, seedy grooves created by us playing together in garagey rooms and is both more direct and sonically varied by purpose than its predecessor. Nice on indie exclusive Transparent Blue while supplies last.
Next is Cyberpunk Edgerunners OST. What started out as a crap game, not a craps game, mind you, a game that was crap, turned into a stellar, polished game, turned into a hit Netflix series, turned into this beautiful neon yellow soundtrack vinyl.
I don't know if there are any gamers out there, but I tried it when it came out. It's the first game I ever got I called PlayStation. I need a refund. This is horrible. And now, I tried it again, a year later, and they patched it, and it's like one of the best games ever. It's
nice.
Crazy.
I've never played it.
Anyway, it's pretty good. Blink-182, Buddha, the demo album from the pop-punk superstars that kicked off their meteoric rise into the mainstream music stratosphere. Now available on Coke Bottle Green with a bonus poster and a postcard. I don't know, Brain.
It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Say it's been a day? And we say that all the time.
It's been a day. It's been a couple weeks, actually.
Anyway.
Here we go.
Next we have Meredith Cody Jinks, Change the Game. Starting out as the lead singer for a thrash metal band out of Fort Worth, he made the natural switch to outlaw country, and for well over a decade, he's devoted himself to making music that's equal parts uncompromising and empathetic, often giving voice to those who exist on the margins of modern life. We've got his latest on indie exclusive Mineral Colored Wax.
Nice. Now we got Empress of, for your consideration. Known for her genre-defying music and collabs with industry heavyweights, Lorelai Rodriguez, the talented Honduran-American artist, effortlessly weaves influences from Cocteau Twins, Bjork, and Robin into her work, like all of those bands too. The album, inspired by a personal experience of heartbreak and Hollywood glamour, explores broader themes with a camp fantasy-tinged vibe. Collabs with artists like Rina Sawayama and Muna add depth to the album, which gracefully moves between English and Spanish on translucent blue wax.
And you get two sleeves with this album.
I know, they didn't like the color saturation on this, so they actually include an extra sleeve that has the beautiful rich color on it, so you get a backup.
Yep. Next we have Wham! Fantastic
Wham!
And Make It Big.
There we go.
Both of these are actually fantastic, but one is also Make It Big. And they did. Confused? So are we. So let's drop some tunes for you. Wham Rap, Club Tropicana, Wake Me Up Before You Go, Freedom, Careless Whisper, Everything She Wants. Wham! Collect them all.
Wow, these are just their first two albums. That's incredible. So we got a few things that we're still waiting on. Last minute stuff that was impacting the industry this week, especially this first one. We're going to talk about these. They'll be available tomorrow. So if you want to reserve one or pre-order one online, you can do that, and we'll set one aside for you. Here we go.
But most of these album covers in this area somewhere, maybe, probably.
Right here.
Except for one.
Here's one. We're going to start this first one here. Here's
Andre 3000, New Blue Sun, one of the most celebrated artists of the last 3 decades, an auteur whose work in music, film, fine arts, and fashion continues to influence the cultural landscape on a global scale. Andre says, New Blue Sun is the continuation of discovery for me. My entire career has been fueled by this, and it is the only thing that that keeps me honest. This album is the most honest and interesting offering I can give today. I never could have imagined in high school when I started rapping and doing music that I would be here right now playing wind instruments. Ha! This life ride always surprises me. I'm here for it. It's a 3 LP with a fold-out poster.
Awesome. All right, we've got Bahamadia Collage. Her 96 debut album is rightly regarded as one of the greatest rap albums of the 1990s. For the first time ever, the definitive double LP version of this eternal hip-hop classic is available, including the legendary Path to Rhythm, which never appeared on the original LP or on vinyl anywhere. Achingly cool and effortlessly funky, not like that word, throughout. It's an absolute must for true 90s hip-hop fanatics. Last one, which we're not going to show you again because we can't show you, but we're going to read you about it.
We're going to read
here.
you about
We're
it
gonna read
right
you, We're going to read you about it right now.
We're going to read you about these dead boys.
Because we're educated.
Younger, louder, and snottier. Reissue the rare French 1980s release from the notorious punk rock pioneers. This is the original raw sound as it should be pressed on red vinyl.
Why are you doing a country accent, Emily?
I don't know. I just started it and I got stuck like you.
Punk rock can be country.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what we got. Again, go to afkbooksandrecords.com and order this stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe to our channel, do all that kind of stuff. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you like us and follow us. If you're watching on Instagram, you're not, because it's only 60 seconds. And we can't talk that fast. But also, we're going to put these videos up on our website on afkbooksandrecords.com, so you'll be able to see it there as well. So if you know any friends that don't do the socials or don't do the YouTube, is there anybody out there that doesn't do any of that?
I'm sure.
Probably. So let them know they can go to our website to check this out as well.
Yep.
Again, call, message, place an order. AK. See you guys. Best.
Bye.